Thank you. We'll try this again, folks. Jonathan, can you hear us okay? Perfect. We'll go back to John Molinaro first.
Hi, John. Thanks for your patience through all this. Yeah, it was just the question about Richie. I mean, how much did you miss him in the first leg, and how big of a boost is it to have him back for the second leg against a very difficult Cruz Azul side?
Yeah, anytime you miss, everybody knows Richie is a very important part of our team. He's a vital player, and anytime you miss one of your important players, you're gonna miss him in any game, and even more so against really good teams like Cruz Azul. So yeah, having him back for the second leg is gonna help us to push forward, which like I mentioned before, is what we need to do. So it's going to be a big boost, and we'd much rather Richie on the field with us than off, for sure, for any game. So yeah, we hope and we know that he's gonna help us a lot for this second leg.
We'll go to James Grossi.
Thanks. Hey, John, it's been a pretty hectic start to the year for everybody. How much was this sort of week between games necessary for you guys? And what did you sort of take away from that first match that you think can help you be ready for this second one?
Yeah, I think the first leg, I don't think it was the scoreline kind of represented of how the game went exactly. I think it's obvious that we wanted to be better in set pieces, and they were better on the day. A lot more hungrier in that part of the game, and we're gonna make sure that that's not the case for this game. And then we have to make sure that we capitalize on our chances, and I think there will be chances there for us. And so we believe in our team, and we believe that we're not out of this tie. Anything can happen in football. As long as we're aggressive and we go on with a positive mindset, anything is possible.
We'll go next to Christian Jack.
Hey, Jonathan, great to see you. Thanks for joining us today and for your patience. I probably spoke to you about this when we were there in 2018, but as a student of the game, how much excitement do you get in playing in a theater like Estadio Azteca, where Pele and Maradona have lifted World Cups, and of course, great memories for yourself as well back in 2018.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a great honor to play in this kind of stadium, and honestly, I'm getting excited. The closer it gets to the game, I get even more excited, and we're gonna have the chance to go to train on the pitch later today, and even that's exciting and something we look forward to. So it's a stadium with a lot of history. As anybody who knows football knows, many teams, many great players have performed in the stadium, and it's held a lot of amazing games. So it's a great privilege to be able to, for me, I'm lucky that I even get a second chance, a second game here at the stadium, and when a lot of others don't get a chance at all. So just thankful for and excited to be able to play this game, and yeah, that has a lot of history. It's great and exciting, especially for me as someone who loves football.
We'll go next to David Gonzalez.
Thank you. Hi, Jonathan. Un poco de español or just in English?
However you want, como quiere.
Sorry? Okay, in English. Which stage of the game will be the most important when you have to win with a 3-goal difference? Scoring fast would be. Which stage of the game will be the most important when you have to win with a 3-goal difference? I think scoring fast would be the best.
Can you repeat the question?
¿Me escuchas? Do you listen to me?
Yeah.
My question was, which stage of the game will be the most important when you have to win with this 3-goal difference? I think scoring fast would be the best for you, right? Did you listen?
Thanks, David. I think they're just having technical difficulties again. They're just frozen on our screens. Hey, Jonathan, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Perfect. David's question was just how important is it to get the first goal, and which phase of the game will be most important for us?
Yeah, I mean, it's important to get the first, the second, the third. It's important not to. I mean, we're going here to score 3 goals. We have to score 3. So to score the first goal to score early, I think is of course is important for us. But if it doesn't come, I don't think it's something that we have to panic. I think also if they score the first goal, it doesn't really change much for us. So the start of the game is going to be important for sure, to set the tone and for the rest of the match. But I think scoring the first goal, it doesn't really, we want to be the ones who score the first goal. We don't want to concede. But if they do score, it doesn't really change much for us. We're going there to score 3 goals. We have 90 minutes to do it, and we're going to try and do it, playing obviously keeping the clean sheet on our side. So I would say, probably from the start of the game, there's no more important time than other. It's whatever time it is in the game that's the most important, for the game.
Thanks, Jonathan. We'll go to Sergio Venegas next.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sergio Venegas, live from Mexico City. So what is the mood of the team? Because you need to defeat tomorrow the Cruz Azul that just get 41 points. That is too much in a short tournament in Mexico. And you just kick it out the champion of the last tournament. So what is the mood? And good luck for tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Mood is that we're up for the challenge. This is in the first champions of Mexico that we're playing against in this tournament. We have done this before, and not to say that this will be or end up like those other results, but it's not something that we have to be scared of. I think we are aware and we felt how good of a team they were in the first leg, and this is a team that's in very good form in not only in this tournament but in the league as well. A team that I think is playing very good to their identity, but at the same time, it's a challenge. It's a challenge we're up for, and I think we're excited about it. And I think the game is not over. The game is not over. There's a whole 90 minutes to play, and anything can happen in 90 minutes.
We'll go next to John Rojas.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jonathan, for the time. Jonathan, ¿qué tanto cambia Cruz Azul en lo que han estudiado de casa a jugar de visita? Y en esos cambios que hayan podido ver, ¿qué les favorece a ustedes de esos pequeños cambios que puedan aprovechar?
¿Qué cambios ¿Lo has visto de los últimos partidos que has visto de Cruz Azul? ¿Cómo crees que pueden adaptar eso pues para?
No, creo que en el primer partido yo vi que hicieron un poco de cambios en su equipo, pero esos jugadores que entraron hicieron su trabajo muy bueno. Creo que es un equipo que tiene el banco con jugadores que pueden hacer daño también. Entonces, para mí no importa quién juega. Creo que, bueno, por el segundo partido creo que la segunda pelota va a ser muy clave. Creo que ellos juegan mucho no son pelotazos, pero son pases de larga distancia y creo que en el juego aéreo son muy fuertes y eso también tenemos que arreglar eso de los tiro libre, de los corners y todo. Creo que si hacemos un mejor trabajo en el aspecto de todo eso, creo que tenemos chance en este segundo partido.
Thank you.
We'll head over to Michael Singh.
Hey, Nick. Hey, Jonathan. Obviously, news was announced this morning that Liam Frazier would be loaned to the Columbus Crew. I know during his time in Toronto, he was, he looked up to you a lot. What did you make of the move for Liam, and did you give him any advice on the way out?
Yeah, I think it's a move that I hope benefits him. The only advice I gave him, not really advice, just more him hearing, the things that he needs to hear, to keep doing the things that he's doing. I don't think there's anything that he's doing wrong. He's a guy that works so hard, and he deserves a chance like this, I think. And this is, I think, a new opportunity. It's something, a breath of fresh air for him, and a new opportunity in a new club. To prove himself, and so I just wish him luck. I wish him luck and to keep doing what he's doing and to be strong mentally, and that when he gets his opportunity to not be afraid to show what he has and to play his game, because I think if he does that, he'll definitely have a good stint over there in Columbus.
And we have a final question. We'll go to Neil Davidson.
Thank you. Thanks again, Jonathan, for your patience. I feel you should get a big gift certificate to your favorite restaurant for doing this with us. But we're obviously a long way away from you up in Canada these days, so we're a bit in the dark about the team. Can you tell us if your new signing Jefferson Soteldo is with the team now, and if so, what have you seen? What are you seen in him so far?
Yeah, he's with us. He's in Orlando, but he's doing his quarantine, so we haven't really had much contact with him until he finishes that. I don't think we'll have that. So, but he's in Orlando, and I don't know when his quarantine is done exactly, but I imagine soon. And when he does, he will join the team, and I think he will be able to play and do everything normal with the team.
Thanks, Jonathan. That's all we have for you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Coach, can you hear us fine?
I can hear everyone, yeah.
That's great. Thanks for taking the time today. We'll begin with Neil Davidson of the Canadian Press.
Okay.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good, Neil. Thank you. You?
Good, thank you. Thank you for taking the time today. You've said your team is a no excuses team, ready for any challenge in front of it. It seems to be a pretty big one for you tomorrow, obviously. You have to win, you have to score goals, you don't want to concede. How does one approach a game like that with such a little margin for error?
Yeah, look, we have a sample size against Cruz Azul. I think there's information that we had going in. We thought we had a good handle on what the game might look like, with a lot of long balls and the challenges that would pose for us. And we understand that there's opportunity in the game, that they're obviously a good team, in a really good way, a winning way, Cruz Azul, but that when we're at our best, we can create chances against them in transition, picking up second balls, and that's the idea, to go into the game understanding there hasn't been games, whether that's preseason or MLS or Champions League, that we don't score. So we know we can score from transition, from some pressing, maybe a set piece, and even out of possession. But we also know that we have to tighten things defensively against every opposition, and Cruz Azul is obviously dangerous. So yeah, it's a challenge. We'll be up for it. We understand what it's going to take to be successful, but the way we are going to approach it is one play at a time, 1 minute at a time, just to be able to start the game fast, to start the game right, and one goal at a time.
We'll head over to Joshua Cloak next.
Hey, Chris, will Jefferson Soteldo be in the lineup tomorrow?
No, he's not ready yet. Just quarantine, back in Florida, getting ready, but no, not here with us.
We'll go to Michael Leach.
Good afternoon, Chris. Thanks for taking the time with us.
Sure.
What is your philosophy in terms of building your roster, given where you are in the tie, being down 3-1 away? Will we see a lot of young players tomorrow? And how do you expect Cruz Azul to approach the game? Do you expect a similar sort of showing from them, or do you expect them to maybe be a little bit more protective of the lead at home?
In terms of building our roster, we're in the process. Ali Curtis he's addressing that with me, and we're trying to take a hard look, understanding where we are and where we need to go. And I think he's doing that. From my perspective, we're TFC. We are a team that can score. We've been a team that's been built on attack with DPs up the pitch, and we know that this is a strength of ours. And if you look at the last year, or call it 18, 19, and 20, the team has scored a lot of goals, but we've given up a lot of goals. So, when you look at it, I did it the other day, it's like 149 goals scored and 142 conceded. So where I see big opportunity is defensively. We have to tighten things up in all ways. That's run a play, that's urgency, it's set pieces, and part of it is roster. And I think when we do that, and we are doing that, then we can take some big steps forward. You could see some young players, but I think it's a game that also requires some experience, guys that have been there before. So I think you can more expect to see that from the start. And what was your last question? There was another part to it.
Cruz Azul, how do you expect them to approach this game? Do you expect them to be a little bit more defensive, given they have the lead at home?
No, I think that the way they see the game is that their best defense is attack, and where they want to play the game. So I think that with their history of Cruz Azul, they've been in a slight reputation of being in some big moments and not following through. And I expect them to be on full attack, play in our end, stick to what has been successful for them, which is, direct play and trying to attack us. So in that, I think there'll be a big opportunity for us if we defend properly and can win the second ball count, that we create opportunity.
We'll head over to John Molinaro.
Hi, Chris. Hope you're keeping well down there in Mexico. I'm just wondering, you missed Richie in the first leg through suspension. Now you're getting him back. Just wondering how big of a boost is that for your club, and how do you see him having the most impact on Tuesday night?
Yeah, look, it's always good when Richie's healthy and available and on the field for us, because he gives us a dimension defensively that also offers something in the attack and in transition. He's really good. So having him out there, big plus for us. Yeah, it's good to have him back in the team. I think we all know that he's we're better when he's involved.
We'll go to Steve Buffery next. Steve, are you with us?
I think Steve's with us.
Not sure if he's just having some technical issues, but we'll move ahead to James Grossi. Go ahead, James.
Thanks. Hey, Chris, a week between matches, has that allowed you guys to get healthy at all? And what was sort of the thought process behind sending Liam Fraser out on loan to Columbus?
Yeah, a week has been good for us to, for guys to recover, to be fresh come kickoff. It's been a nice little breather, especially with the schedule that we've had come up to that point. So we've used it wisely, and we'll be ready to go. We'll need every bit of rest and strength going in. It has also given times like time for Chris Mavinga and certain guys to put themselves in a spot to be ready, and that's looking like the case. So yeah, time is something that we don't always have, and yeah, in this case, it's a benefit. And for Liam, we know that he's a talent, and he needs games. So, and he needs good games. And the loan situation presented itself, and it's a good one for both parties. And I think he feels really good about it, the opportunity, as they have a need in that position, Columbus, and so do we, because again, when you have good young players like this with some good experiences for a relatively young guy, he now needs to put it to work. So we think highly of Liam. We see it as a nice opportunity for mainly him, and because we think he needs games, and hopefully he can establish himself within the team real quickly. But we know that he's already a good player, and they value some of the qualities. Obviously, some of the folks over there know him well. So yeah, I think it's good for all involved.
We'll have it to Ramon Malak.
Thank you. Hi, it's Ramon Betech for RB9 Foot. Hi, Coach. I am happy to talk with you. Well, so I want to ask you, what have you learned about Cruz Azul that could be useful here in this second leg match? Thank you and good luck.
Well, thank you. I think what we're able to see on the day from the last game is that they have a very specific way of playing, and that even if they try to do some different things, they're really good at specific things. They're a very direct team. They're powerful. They can run. They're good against the ball, meaning they take away time and space quickly. They're good on set pieces. So this is a good team, and it's not just one thing. There's so many little pieces to what makes them good. How do we use that going in? That we understand that we have to bring our style of play. We have to be good at what we're doing, and part of that addresses what they're good at. So coming into it, we know that we have to still put pressure on the ball. We still have to structurally stay together so we can win second balls, and then it becomes a game about transition. So what we learn most is probably that if we can control transition, if we can take advantage of the moments when we have attacking transition, we can create chances. The big challenge is that they are a good team, and this is why they've given trouble to most teams in Mexico, and it had some major success. So we love the challenge. We think it's a good team, but we know we'll be up for it tomorrow night.
We'll head over to Sergio Venegas.
Thank you very much. Hi, Coach. First of all, good afternoon. How are you today? I see you have a good mood. I hope you tomorrow have a good luck. And my question is, you know that the Cruz Azul has a course in them because last time they have 4 goals of advantage facing the Pumas, so they got the tie and get kicked out. So I want to know, you have that dream, or maybe goes through your mind that you have the perfect game tomorrow and defeating Cruz Azul, taking once again out of this tournament because they have issues to get into the next final rounds, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you. Listen, I know about that curse. We Cruz Azul are. It's something like this. That it's a phrase in Mexico. I understand it, but this is not important to me. What's important is that we're playing a good team. It's a good team. They're a different team in 2021 right now. There's a team built for success and a team that has been dominant. So if we start to think too much about the past and curses, we're missing the big picture. The big picture is that we have a big opportunity. And we have the information from the first game, which we can create chances against them. We can create chances against them. It has to be one play at a time. It has to be one goal at a time. And we have to play for 90 minutes. This is what's important. This is what's going to make the difference. And whether it's against Cruz Azul or León or an MLS team, we will focus on the things we can control. Understanding that every team can be beat. So we're gonna fight for every minute.
We'll head over to John Rojas.
Thank you. Hi, Chris. Thanks for the time. You were talking about transitions and the importance of taking care of those transitions. So in that sense, want those transitions to be created by the way you set up your team, or just come organically through the game and accept those transitions and taking them? And the other question is with Jefferson. You see him getting involved with against Red Bulls, or it makes more sense in Florida against Columbus?
We're hoping for Red Bull. We're hoping, but we don't know. It's you know, in these big transactions and these big deals, there's a lot of little things, and now it's just in the final stages. So I think it's close for New York, but we'll have to see in the next few days. In terms of transitions, guys, I mean, to understand it is transitions come from the change of possession. And in these games with Cruz Azul, it's oftentimes the pressure that we can put forces direct play. Even if we don't put pressure, they will play direct. So there has these moments of opportunity for the second ball. So part of it is to win the midfield. And structurally, yes, we will be set up this way. Number one. And number two, what happens when we can get the ball? Well, you have to secure the ball, right? Otherwise, it goes from transition to transition, which it happened in this last game a few times, even on the first goal. The first goal, we win the ball. We have a big moment to attack, and then we lose the ball right away, which becomes a big moment to defend. So this is a game that they're comfortable with. It's a game that we can play, but we want to make sure we turn more of these moments into attacking transition, because when we did, like our first goal, we can be dangerous. So this is not so easy. This is not so easy all the time because things are moving fast. And Cruz Azul is very comfortable, very, very comfortable in this transition game. So yeah, we'll be up for it. We'll be ready for this this challenge against Cruz Azul.
And we'll wrap up today's media availability with Neil Davidson.
Thank you, Nick. This question, Chris, is actually from Steve Buffery, who's having technical issues. But his question is, and I think we're all interested in it. You touched on it briefly. Will Mavinga and Pozuelo be available tomorrow?
Chris, yes. Pozuelo, no.
Steve, thanks you.